They told us there were three kinds of materials: magnetic materials, superconducting materials, and vegetables. In science, the main goal is not just to think of cool ideas, it's to think about cool ideas that have implications for the natural world. I grew up in a small town in Nova Scotia on the east coast of Canada. 40 kilometers to the next town, there's nothing but woods in between. I always liked math, but didn't know my life would be science. I guess I'd learned as I went along that I liked applying math to different things. In the summer times, we lived on St. George's Bay, and during that summer I made a special friend, a girl who came from Toronto. So that's part of the reason I decided to go to graduate school in physics at the University of Toronto. Life has many twists and turns. I actually have a rare combination of backgrounds because I did density functional theory. I worked on physics of metals. In Stuttgart, I worked on semiconductors and very interested in using that to predict behaviors of electrons inside materials. They told us there were three kinds of materials: magnetic materials, superconducting materials, and vegetables. The theory work that we did here at UT Austin was an important part in developing Moiré materials as a flexible method of making new artificial materials. And we realized that the behavior of Moiré materials depended only on a very small number of parameters. Twisted graphene, it's an artificial crystal. If you look at all the experimental plots coming out of Pablo's lab, coming out of Evo's lab, the x-axis of a plot is the number of electrons per period of the crystal. And so that tuning knob is what makes everything interesting, because just as in the periodic table, when you can go from one atom to another, one material to another, properties change. So we've discovered with Moiré materials, when you change the gate voltage, depending on what twist angle you choose, is as different as one element of the periodic table is from another. One of the things that pleases me about that Moiré materials have been such an interesting scientific subject is that, in a way, it validates the choices I have made. Having a different angle on things actually turned out to be very often useful.